So welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss a strategy which is a scalping strategy, and you can do it on 1 minute time frame, and it works on certain time period. As you guys know, the ICT silver bullet from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and in afternoon session after 2 o'clock. Okay, so now if you guys can see over here, there was a good example of this over here, right? So now it's 10 o'clock over here. I use an indicator which marks this time period for me. So now you guys can see that price was creating higher highs and higher lows, right? So it made a higher high over here, it made a higher low, and then it made another higher high, right? So now, as a liquidity trader, I know where the liquidity will be sitting. Will be sitting below of the structural low, right? So that's why I know that liquidity will be below of the structural low, and people will be looking this candle as a demand zone. Okay, so now I know where their stop losses will be. Their stop losses will be below of the structural low, right? So now I will place my buy limit where they will place the stop losses, and my stop loss will be 20 points, and now what will be my take profit. This is also very important to know that where your take profit should be. So now this swing high was the thing, right? This was the last swing high before the price went down and took this low. So this swing high caused this break of structure over here, this liquidity hunt. So now this will be the swing high over here, and this swing high will be the supply zone for retail traders, right? So what will be above of that supply zone? Stop losses, right? So we will exit right over there where they will place the stop losses. Okay, now it can be, don't go for 1:2 or like this, it can be 1:1 also like this, but still you can get into that trade and your target should be 1:1. Okay, you should not be like, oh, I need 1:3 like this. Okay, you know that price will go high and there's buy side liquidity, you can get into another trade from here. Okay, but price don't give anything about like your risk reward. Okay, they don't care that you're trying to search for 1:3, like they don't want, like price doesn't know, it moves only on the basis of liquidity. So if you know that there is a buy side liquidity over here, just exit from here. So like this was the trade, and I took few trades also and missed some trades also. I think I have a recording of these trades on my channel, so check out my previous videos of live trading. I recorded these trades and I called out these trades in my Discord also. So if you guys want to join my Discord channel for free, it's in description, so you can join it from there. So now over here, so we know that it has taken the buy side liquidity from here, right? And now where's the sell side liquidity sitting? Now sell side liquidity will be right over here. Okay, now price to the sell side liquidity, but it kept on falling and went for this low over here. Okay, and then in afternoon session also it went down and kept on falling. In afternoon session also, if you guys can see, it was making higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows. All of a sudden it fell down on the lower low. Now you will take a buy over here, I know. Okay, but the thing is you have to look for the overall bias. Otherwise, if you will take a buy over here, you will get a loss. Okay, so if you can see that what's the overall bias, if you're looking into this chart, what you are thinking, like what's the overall bias? Overall bias is bearish, right? So you will look for the price to go and take the buy side liquidity. Okay, you will not look for sell side liquidity hunt, you will look for buy side liquidity hunt. So we can see this relative equal highs over here, and this was the last high over here. So this candle will be like a hammer candle. So this candle will be a supply zone. What will be above of this swing high? Stop losses. Okay, so you will start looking for sells when price will go and take the stop losses right over here. And where what will be your target? Your target will be this low over here. So this was the trade for the afternoon session, but most of the time, like you will find good trades in ICT silver bullet. And now let's go on Tuesday. Yes, on Tuesday we didn't get any good trade. Okay, like yes, you can see over here that price made a swing low, this was a swing high, swing low, and then price went up, break of structure. Okay, and if you guys don't know about the swing highs and swing lows, I have a specialized video also about that on my channel, so you can check out from there. So this is a swing high, like the guys also watched that video, they know that this is a swing high, and now it made another lower low. So it made a higher high and then it made a lower low over here. Okay, then what had happened, it made another higher high, then it came back down, then it did a lots of consolidation and went for this high and this high over here. Okay, so now let's see closely over here. We can see a good break of structure over here. Okay, and now we know the retail traders, like they will think that this is a demand zone. Like a normal new beginner trader, he will think like this is a demand zone, and where he will place his stop loss. Now let's do it like this candle. He will take this as a demand zone, right? So he will enter right over here, and his stop loss will be below of the structural low, right? So now we know that his stop loss will be below of this low, so why don't we put our buy limits right over here? And our stop loss can be 20 pips or 30 pips from here. Okay, it can be 20 pips. And now what will be our target? Where is the buy side liquidity? Buy side liquidity is right over here. Why? Because we can see that there is some sort of supply zone over here. And what will be the what will be the above of the supply zone? Stop losses of the traders, those who are looking for sell from here, right? So now our target will be this high, like this. Okay, or you can go for 130 points like this. Now I hope you guys understanding what I'm trying to say, that how you will look for stop loss. You will look for that what's the retail trader doing. Okay, now it went high over here, and if you go for a optimal trade entry from here, you could have got another entry, but this is not in my list, right? So I don't take trade from this optimal trade entry. So that's why if you guys would have, we would have taken that trade from this optimal trade entry, because you can see that there is this breakout structure and price will come below of the 0.5 level from the 0.705 level over here. And there's another inversion fair value gap also over here. If you guys can see this inversion fair value gap, because price went down and because this candle was responsible to take the stop losses below of the structural low, right? So that's why. So this is the inversion fair value gap. It tapped twice in this and then it went high over here. Okay, so now you guys can see that at 10 o'clock in ICT Silver Bullet you can look for lots of trades. And like this was the afternoon session, like nothing much, it was just rallying towards the upside. Now let's go on Wednesday. Yeah, this trade I recorded, I think so I posted this trade in my Discord. Yeah, so now you guys can see price went below of the structural low right over here, and then all of a sudden price went straight up at 9:30. Look at the time below over here, look at the time below. What's the time? 9:30, right? At 9:30 it took the sell side liquidity, the stop losses which were below of the structural low. Okay, and then it went up and took the stop losses which was above of this structural high, because there will be lots of stop losses above this resistance, right? So first it took out the traders those who were looking for long from here, and then he took out the traders those who were looking for short from here. Okay, and then what happens now, lots of traders, beginners, they know how to mark supply and demand, so they will think like this candle is a demand zone, right? So now we as a trader, those who are a little bit advanced, we can see that this is a very good demand zone. So what will be the below of the demand zone? Stop losses of retail traders, right? So what we'll do, we'll place the, either you can place a buy limit right over here and a stop loss like this, and where will be your take profit? At this buy side liquidity right over here. This will be your target. Okay, but if you want a confirmation, you can wait for price to give an inversion fair value gap like this. So price went high, it came down to this gap, this inversion fair value gap. You could have entered from here and your stop loss would have been below this low or below this low over here, and your target will be this high. Okay, me personally, I place buy limits over here and a stop loss over here. The stop loss is really important, okay, because we never know, price can keep on falling down towards the downside. So that's why I place a buy limit right over here and a stop loss right over here. Okay, and then you can see what happened. Price kept on going higher and higher, and now over here it was like consolidation. Now let's go on Thursday. Thursday it was consolidating. You can see that price took the high over here, but it kept on consolidating on the same area of interest. So I closed the trade over here because it was keep on consolidating. I was not able to read the market structure, so I just exit from like small loss and exited from this trade. But in afternoon session, you guys can see there is this higher high, higher low, another higher high, higher low, higher. Like this, how the new beginner trader marks, right? He will mark it like this. So you should also mark it like this. And now he's looking for the demand zone over here. Okay. So now you can see that a new beginner, he will mark this candle over here, and what he will call it, as a demand zone. Okay, so now price came down to the demand zone for him. He will place a buy over here and his stop loss will be below this structure. Okay, so what happens, he's waiting for his price, but what price did, it went down, took his stop loss. When price went down and took his stop loss, there's the moment for us to place our buy entry. Okay, and our stop loss will be 10 pips, and we know what's the overall bias. You can see that what's the overall bias. If you look at this picture, forget about any other time frame, just look at this picture. What you can see in this picture, the price is going up, right? So this will be your short term bias. So now you can see that it took the this limit over here, and where is the buy side liquidity? Buy side liquidity is over here, so that will be our target. That's it. Okay, then it happened once again. It gave a like relative equal lows once, twice, thrice. So this is a very good support zone, so people will buy from this support zone. You can see that there was this big candle over here. Okay, so now what happened? Price went down, took all the stop losses below of the structural lows. Okay, and then it went up and took the buy side liquidity right over here. So price every time is looking for liquidity in the market, nothing else. It only looks for the stop losses. Where are the stop losses? And stop losses means liquidity. Stop loss is equal to liquidity of lots of over, like liquidity is equal to stop losses of lots of traders. Okay, when it depends on how many stop losses are there. Okay, if there are lots of traders, then there will be lots of liquidity in the market. Okay, so that's why every time algorithms are set in that way, that they are trying to run for liquidity, and it happens every time, and it happens mostly in certain time periods. For example, like on New York Stock Exchange open, or like in afternoon session, like the time zones which I've told you, like that ICT silver bullet and this afternoon session on Nasdaq. Okay, and on Forex it will be on kill zones. Okay, and I have specialized videos also. I like special video, dedicated video about those thing on my channel also. You can go into a playlist and you can get that thing. Now let's go on Friday. Yeah, on Friday you can see over here. I should remove these. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yes, you can see over here the price was falling down, and it's already 10. So price fell down, it gave a higher high, it fell down once again, oh sorry, lower high, and then all of a sudden price gave a higher high over here. Okay, it gave a break of structure right over here, right? So this low over here will be our swing low, right? And this candle will be a demand zone for lots of retail traders or a beginner trader, right? And I caught this trade live. So if you watch my previous video, just a previous video of this video, you can find out that I took the trade live over here. Okay, and I targeted for this imbalances. Okay, or I will put the link also, or I will put a video clip after this, I think so. So now you can see this will be the demand zone for the new beginner, right? Because you can see that this is some sort of pin bar or hammer type of candle, right? Candlestick pattern. So now price went up, took this high over here. So it's the official break of structure happened over here. So now we know where the stop losses will be. Either stop losses will be below of this structure, or mostly the stop losses will be below of this structure over here. So now, but it was like too much congested, that's why I waited for a big move towards the upside, a candle break towards the upside. Okay, so now we can see that it took the stop losses over here, and it was a quick move towards the upside from here. Okay, then I waited for another candle, then there was another quick move. When I saw this type of quick move towards the upside, I waited for 10:30, I guess. Yeah, at 10:30 I can see a small fair value gap over here. I entered for 10:30 like this over here. Okay, because it gave another break of structure. So then what happened, I entered right over here at 10:28 or something. My stop losses was here, I guess, and my target was this imbalance, the small imbalance. I targeted only for 1:2. So this was my trade, and I recorded it also. So now you can see that it happens every day on certain time period in ICT silver bullet on Nasdaq, and you should know that where are the stop losses, and you can see stop, and you will take losses also in the beginning. It's not like you will just start making profit, but slowly if you stick with this one strategy, eventually you will start making profit from this strategy. Okay, and you need a really good risk management, and most important thing is the psychology, that how to manage the trade. Okay, to just like you have to just focus on your consistency, and like you will have to put down the greed, fear, and everything. Like there's the different topic psychology. Okay, so now this is the strategy which I use, and you guys can also use it in your trading to get good results. So yeah, like this was the end of this video, and if you guys have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section, or you can DM me on Instagram or Discord. I will put the links in the description. And so yeah, so if you guys like this video, drop a like and share it with your friend, those who are struggling, like those who are struggling for taking trades. And like yeah, so until next time, wish you good luck and goodbye.